Well, hello there. This is Kim Claver, and I'm really excited to show you some things I did to sign up almost 300 people personally in a 90-day period. That was like 87 days without telling what my product was or the service or the price or the company. And I think if you think about this from the point of view, it's kind of a weird point of view, but because it worked so well, think about it from this point of view, and we can see maybe if we can help you do exactly the same thing here in the next 5 or 6 minutes. Are you ready? All right, so if you are having trouble signing up customers or clients because you figure they don't see it, right? They'll say things like, oh, it's too expensive. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I don't like shakes. Or nah, I don't want to do network marketing. Or, oh, I tried that and I got a headache. Then what happens is sometimes, in fact, many times, you don't even have time to present what you have. Am I right? So here's my suggestion. Let's rewind and start all over. Second chance. And what I want to do is focus on this principle by Leonardo da Vinci, which is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Simplicity. And if you're ready for simplicity, I am ready to show you how we did this. And it really was quite simple. But the minute you see it, you'll know it. You'll know it. All right, so I'm assuming this about you, that you offer something that you really love, that it has already helped you or somebody very close to you where you know it's helped somebody get from A to B, and now you're looking to help somebody else. And I'm assuming number 3, that you want to get their attention and see this, see what you've got, and maybe sign up. Is that right? If that's you, I want to show you how we pulled this off with 3 little bits of information. Bit 1 is to be clear about why anybody buys anything. It's a very simple statement, but simplicity is the key. It's easy to forget. Number 2, who you can help best, and I'll show you a trick to figuring that out. And then 3, and this is totally off the beaten track, how to sell the path so that people are more inclined to buy right now, regardless of the price or the company, or even if it's network marketing. Okay? So bit 1, let's do this part first. Why anybody buys anything. They're dissatisfied about something and they want to feel better. So that's why people buy stuff. And it can be, when we talk about our markets, stuff that we do in marketing, personal coaching, and network marketing, it can be anything having to do with health, relationships, income, wealth. Those are the big areas where people want to have help because they're dissatisfied. They want to be healthier, they want to look sexier, they want to have better relationships, they want to have more money, and they want to have wealth, and they want to have income, and they want to have cash flow, all these things. And so somebody buys something because they've reached a state of being dissatisfied. And now they're looking, how am I going to get from this place to a better now place? And right now, you can go to Google, you can go to Amazon, you can go anywhere online, and there are many places that people buy from. We all know this. So this is the model of our kind of consumer situation, okay? And then people buy. And that's the symbol there with a little cart. Go home and get all your stuff. So why people buy? They're unhappy, they want help, and they will pay to make it better. So for example, movies help people get away and take a break. So you pay $10 and $20 for popcorn. Why? For that. The university helps people acquire some skills and credentials and sound fancy when they say I went to Harvard, and get away from home, right? From the parents. Architects help builders design homes. Doctors help people who need surgery. Okay, so bit 1 is why anybody buys anything. They want help with something. Anything. That's what they want. They want help to make something happen that isn't happening right now. Okay, that's number 1. So bit number 2 is I help. Now here, you want to have an example of who you help. So I'm giving an example for me. I help network marketers who don't have customers to sound like a normal person and get customers. Okay, that's my little statement. It's one of my little statements. So I help network marketers who don't have customers. That's the part where they're unhappy, right? And I help a person like this sound like a normal person and get customers. Okay, so they're better now. So they go from don't have customers to having customers. That's the story on the I help. Okay, so what you want to do now, and this is my offer. I have an offer for different kinds of programs that help people do this. We have little ones and we have big ones. All kinds of offers from $5.55 to $10,000. So it all depends on how far the person has to go and where they are in their journey right now. And then depending on what they want to achieve and how fast, they'll buy one of my programs to get from don't have customers to have customers. Okay, so that's bit 2 is who can you help? Now let me show you how you do this. You might say, I help people who can't lose weight, have trouble sleeping, run out of energy in the middle of the day, don't know how to approach people with their business, or don't know how to stand out, or any slew of other things. You help people who, and the structure is, what's the problem you help with? Because remember, bit 1 is people buy because they want help to make something different, better, different, get away from a situation, lose weight, gain weight, whatever they want to do. They want help. So you want to know, who can you help? Because we're going to follow the consumer so that we get their attention. So who do you help? People who, what's the problem that they have? This is one way for you to begin this process. What's the problem you help people with? Okay? Or where do you help people go? It might be that it's, they want to go from unhappy to happy, but it also might be, I want to go from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month. So often people are thinking about getting away from problems, but sometimes they're already at a certain place and like Mount Everest base camp, and now they want to go to the top. Okay, so the key is you're helping create a change. That's the bottom line. What do you help people change? Okay, that's the question you want to ask yourself. I help someone get from here to there. So they're dissatisfied in some area. Now they're better. This is their nirvana. And that's the question that you have in the area probably of health or relationships or income and wealth. All right? So they have a problem and you make it all better with your process. Okay? And that's what matters. It's your offer and your path right now that we're talking about. And somebody will pay you to make that trip from an unhappy place to a happier place. Okay? Bit 2, the big question here is, who do you help? So you complete this. I help, and then you have the answer. Okay? I help people who have this or that problem. Do you love this image of these beautiful ants helping each other push the stone up the hill? All right, so bit 3. This is the first tell and sell the path. Remember who we help. I help people. What's the problem you're going to help with? Cannot lose weight, have trouble sleeping, run out of energy in the middle of the day, don't know how to approach people with their business, don't know how to stand out. Whatever your problem is, you fill in here. You help people who have this issue. Now, the key about the path is this. There are many paths to each end. That is always the problem. And we never think about, I never really thought about this until I thought about it when I was marketing stuff, and we got a lot of no's in the beginning, years and years ago. But in talking about the path, take your problem, weight loss, energy, brain fog, what have you, and Google it. And you will see probably a zillion results. Amazon it, same thing, hundreds of thousands of results. There are all these different ways to solve the problem. Like if you feel big as a barn and you want to get slinky, what kind of paths are there? Well, you can do fasting, you can do digestive resting, you can do, which is another way of saying intermittent fasting. You can change what you eat, you can change when you eat, you can do appetite suppressants, you can do meditation, exercise, sleep, surgery, and who knows what else you can do to get from the change. So say you feel big as a barn and you want to feel really slinky. These are just a few of the dozens and dozens of options. So here's what we learn to do. Before you launch into the product or program, you say, I help people who haven't been able to lose weight. And normally somebody will say, really, what do you have? Tell me what it is or how it works or something. And the person will start talking about the product, the science of the product, and yada, 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 right? But before you do this, here's what we did. We tell the path first, the path that one takes, that we're taking, that we've chosen to solve this problem, because we know there are hundreds of paths, hundreds of ways to achieve an end. Doing this changed everything for our business. We went from getting 1 in 10 to 8 out of 10 people who wanted to sign up because they had already bought into the path first, you see. So let me show you how this works. We found that if people agreed with the path, the specifics of the product mattered much less. It's not that they didn't matter, but they didn't matter nearly as much because we were kind of on the same page early and on a big, important page. We stood out that way, and there was way less comparing my Dr. Dingaling's product to their Dr. Dingaling because, you know, so many people talk about the science and who their medical professional people are that are on staff that are paid to say whatever they say, and I'm sure they believe it. But because every company has their Dr. Dingaling, how seriously do you think other people take your Dr. Dingaling versus their Dr. Dingaling, right? And we had a much easier sale because we didn't have to go through all this hassle and this arguing about who's right about the science. And often people came to us with these different programs that we marketed because of the path that we had taken and that we put out there loud and clear. So let me show you how we did that. Once you see, you'll want to probably do the same thing. All right, let's say you offer a weight loss program. And we all know there are countless ways to lose, huh? We know this already. And let's say that your program, that what you market, is based on the path of meal replacement and cleanse days. That is the path versus appetite suppressants, for example. So since we know that the program requires changes in what a person eats and drinks versus appetite suppressants, and two, we believe it is the best path, I'm assuming this is true for you, otherwise you shouldn't be marketing it, then what is our path statement? How do we say to somebody, hey, here's our path, before we tell them about the product and the program and the company and all that, right? This is for people who know they have to change what they eat. Boom. That's it. That's all we did. And people would say, oh, I know I need to change what I eat. Oh my God, I am so ready for a complete and total overhaul, right? Why? Because the people to whom we said this, some of them, they were so ready for this change. And the last thing they asked is how much it costs, right? So this is how one does this. I've done this in 6 companies. I learned to do it in the first one. And I never have changed what I've done. And we've had really high rates of people coming in because this is the part of the qualification process, see? So we would say we have a weight loss and cleansing type of program because this happened to be one of the experimental teams that we built. But just an example. We have this program for people who know they have to change what they eat. They know they can't keep eating restaurant food or buy quote unquote foods in the usual superstores. It's for people who know that, right? When they said yes to the path, we got 80% of them to buy. That's what happened. And there are paths for everything that you do. You know, I used to market a program that was fruits and veggies and capsules. And there we had a different path. We had a path, and the path was, again, psychological values and positioning that we offered, and people could attach to it or not. But when they did, the rest was just really like a hot knife through butter. We had one, and the angle that I used, the path specifically, this is something for people who know they don't get their 5 to 9 fruits and veggies in their diet every day, and they want to do something about it, but they don't want to go buy and clean and cook and eat and then clean up the mess. They don't want to do all that. So you see, it's a path. It's for people who know that, and they don't want to do those things that people normally do. And they also didn't want to make a mess with the juicer, right? So we're giving them a path can also be not this way, but a different way. So what you want to think about is, what is the path of your program? And for those that are philosophical, programs that exist usually, if they're any good at all, they are created by someone who has a certain philosophy about how this ought to be done and what the best way is to achieve this thing. So it can be a path, it can be a philosophy, a belief set, and that's why there are so many products, say, for weight loss or for kitchen cleaning products or personal care products. It used to be when people would sell cleaning products that weren't toxic, people would say, well, yeah, but do they work? So you see, many times you have to add, these are non-toxic products that actually work. Really? No kidding. So a path really is a philosophy. It's a way of doing it that is very specific. And it is a different way than some other way of achieving that goal. Because you can go on a juice fast or a water fast, or you can do meditation for weight loss. There are many ways to achieve it, but what you want to do is make clear what your path is. Particularly, this is very important if you believe that yourself, and you should believe it yourself, and you should have had an experience of some kind, so that you know that this is a viable path. And it will never be the only path, nor will it be the best path. It's for people who have these beliefs and think of things in these ways and who want these things. That's how this weight loss or this kitchen cleaning products or non-toxic products or the brain clarity products, that's what these are based on. And this comes before you tell the person what it is or how much it is or what the price is or the company or any of that or any of the science. So you sell the path first, because we found in 6 different companies, it's just so much easier to do. In fact, the main program that we have, which is our primary program, is almost $10,000. We have a path for that as well. And it's for people who know certain things. Like, for example, they know they need to really become, what shall I say, dangerously good at marketing and sales if you want to build to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month outside of your warm market. We want people who know that. Because if you don't know that and you think it's your friends, what are you going to come to us for? We don't show you how to do that. Anybody can do that. Get your 3 friends to sign up and get your product free. Great. But if you're looking for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, we only want people who know they need to learn how to market, so people come to you. Know how to qualify people so you don't waste all your time with the wrong ones. You see. So this is how we market everything we do, and it makes things so much easier because you get the right people and you leave the wrong ones where they are to do something different, whatever they want to do. It's all good. We are quite abundant, and the world is abundant. Even in this weird time, there's more than enough for every single person who has a belief set, and they've got a before and after that shows and it works, and they believe in it and they can help people. You just need to learn how to talk to people so they'll listen to you, and this is one of those ways. So, all right, bottom line, these are the 3 bits of information I used to help me I was like 297 people, 293 in another one, almost 300 people, 3 times in the last 5 years doing this exact same thing. Personally sign them up, okay? And number 1, you got to know why people buy in general. They want help making a change. You need to create your I help people who yada, 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 and yada, 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 without yada, 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 right? That is what they call your offer also. And you need to know and sell your path to their nirvana before you start talking about the product. Okay, and in pictures, know why people buy. They're dissatisfied, right? And they want something that's going to make them feel better now. Look better, feel better, whatever. You create your I help statement, obviously, and your offer. And that's going to be the transition. You fill the gap there from their dissatisfied state to their better now, happy state. And then number 3, you know and sell your path to their nirvana before you do the product, okay? Before you talk about it. And then, of course, this is where the money comes from. Make sense? Are we good? All right, I'll give you another little secret. We pre-qualified people with our secret weapon before we ever talked to them. We did. And I will show you how that works. It's a 12-minute demo, and I would be willing to bet you've probably never done this before. This is for people who are tired of wasting time talking to 10 wrong people before they get somebody who says, well, maybe, and didn't hang up on you, right? If you'd like to see that, come over here to this link, oldandnewNWM.com. For those of you listening, it's OLDANDNEWNWM.com, oldandnewNWM.com. Come there, and you will get a chance to opt in, and right after that, you'll see a little movie called The Secret Weapon. All right, this is Kim Klaver. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you got something out of this, and if you did, feel free to pass it on, and we'll see you in The Secret Weapon. I'll see you there. Thanks for coming. This is Kim Klaver. Bye.